an inclusive national dialogue in a solemn ceremony followed by government institutions, civil society organizations, religious leaders, traditional leaders, the youth, women, the media, the academia, as well as other components of the social fabric, and with the representation of the international community. This important instrument, signed in good faith, with a high sense of patriotism with all parties, is the foundation of an inclusive process which will enable us to face the current challenges that our country faces, including the likely review of the election package in order to enhance the rule of law, ensure respect of human rights that we all want, ensure political, economic stability, and the social economic development of our country. The political commitment for an inclusive national dialogue was enshrined into a law by the National Assembly of the Republic of Mozambique on 2nd of April 2025, which consolidates its key role of good governance, consolidation of an harmonious political climate that characterizes the Mozambican people and the African people in general. The Mozambican people and the African people by nature are solidary. Therefore, we have our Ubuntu as a corollary of the efforts delivered. We are pleased to state in this summit that the political, social and security environment in the Republic of Mozambique has returned to normalcy since March this year, as the main stakeholders in society have embraced the government's initiative and they are cooperating in the continuation of the dialogue. This shows that the Mozambican people has joined hands and is united around a common good of peace and stability. Your Excellencies, the eradication of the threat represented by terrorism in the province of Cabo Delgado is one of the priorities of the government of the Republic of Mozambique. To that end, the Defense and Armed Forces of Mozambique continue to carry out or scale up their actions in order to eradicate this scourge. We are also committed to strengthen the capacity of our military in order to better tackle terrorism within the framework of the defense of the sovereignty and territorial integrity. In this regard, it is our pleasure to reiterate the gratitude of the Mozambican people to your Excellencies, to your leadership and commitment of sister SADC countries in fighting terrorism in the province of Cabo Delgado. In this noble mission and summit, several citizens of different countries have lost their lives, including the injured. Mozambique will continue to pay homage to these exemplary children who sacrificed their lives and their integrity in the name of solidarity and the spirit of brotherhood that guides our organization and our region. We'd like to reiterate our wishes of comfort of our sister countries of SADC that joined summit, the sister countries and respective families. Your Excellencies, I'd like to end by reaffirming on behalf of the government and people of Mozambique our commitment to pursue our collective objectives of SADC, and we should express our recognition to a successful presidency of SADC, which is fast-tracking the efforts towards regional integration. I would like to thank you very much for listening. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asante sana.
Vivement son Excellence Monsieur le Président de la République de Mozambique pour son discours. Ensuite, nous avons le privilège de convier son Excellence Dr Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, Président de la République de Namibie, à prendre la parole.
Votre Majesté,
Your Excellency, Dr. Monangagwa,
Son Excellence
the Chairperson of SADC and President of the Republic of Zimbabwe,
Président de la République de Zimbabwe,
Your Excellency,
Son Excellence,
President
Monsieur le Président
Adrian Radulina, President of the
de la
Republic
République
of
de Madagascar,
Madagascar, and the incoming Chair of SADC, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Honorable Ministers, distinguished invited guests, distinguished delegates, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. On the onset, I would like to thank His Excellency Radulina, President of the Republic of Madagascar, and the people of this great nation for the warm welcome and hospitality accorded to our delegation since our arrival. For me personally, being in Madagascar, and in particular in Antananarivo, I'm back home. And once again, once I stayed here, during one, I can say the best times in the history of this country. Coming back today, sincerely, I want to thank you, Your Excellency, when I have seen the progress in as far as development is concerned in this country. Congratulations and well done with your team. Today is my honor to attend and address my first SADC Summit in my capacity as President of the Republic of Namibia, being elected to this position in November 2024 and took office on the 21st of March 2025. I therefore brought you warm greetings from the people of Namibia, the land of the brave, to the people of Madagascar, and of course to the people of SADC. Your Majesty, Your Excellency, this year will forever resonate in our history, marked by deep emotions and profound reflection when we bid farewell to our founding president, father of the Namibian nation, and leader of our revolution, His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Semsa Fishuna Nyoma, who passed on the 8th February 2025. He steadfastly guided us through the bitter struggle for Namibia's liberation liberation and independence, leading to our free and independent Namibia until his retirement in 2005. He dedicated his dedication to the goals and vision of SADC was unwavering. Though his passing filled us with sadness, we found solace on the solidarity shown by our SADC colleagues during this time of mourning. I must therefore sincerely thank all of you for having stood by us during that difficult moment. We also pledge to uphold the profound legacy of His Excellency Dr. Sam Antananarivo and all our departed leaders for the region and the African continent who dedicated their lives to the cause of freedom, unity, justice, and development. In the same vein, I extend our deepest condolence to the government and the people of the Republic of Zambia following the passing of His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the sixth President of Zambia, on June 5th, 2025. We also express our condolences to the government and the people of South Africa on the loss of His Excellency David Mabuza, former President of South Africa. Our condolence goes to His Majesty King Mswati III and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini following the passing of His Royal Highness Princess Dlamini, former Prime Minister of Eswatini, and Senator Selemalena, former Deputy Prime Minister, who passed on the July 14, 2025. May their memories continue to inspire us, and may their legacy guide us towards peace, progress, and unity in our beloved region. Your Majesty, Your Excellency, let me pledge my unwavering commitment to the goals and principles of our regional organization and the hopes and inspirations of our people. Together, we must join hands and work tirelessly to fulfill our fundamental responsibility to advance initiatives that promote sustainable development, foster economic growth, and address the pressing challenges we face as a region. Our collective efforts must always aim to improve the living conditions of all our people across the SADC region. Namibia is deeply committed to the empowerment of women, and my presence here today stands as a testimony to that commitment. In recognizing the important role women play, not only in our society and home, but also in shaping the future of our nation and the region. I urge all of us to rededicate ourselves to making the empowerment of women across our region a shining example for the rest of the world. In this spirit, Namibia has established the International Women's Peace Center, a pioneering institution dedicated to the operationalization and championing the pillars of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325, adopted in October 2000 during Namibia's presidency of the Security Council, the International Women Peace Center seeks to promote peace, security, and the protection of women's rights in conflict and post-conflict situations, as well as advancing women's leadership in the peace process. I therefore appeal to each member state for support and collaboration, encouraging our respective institutions to join hands with our International Women's Peace Center. Together, we can strengthen the foundation of peace and empower women to be active agents of change through our region. Your Majesty, Your Excellency, today we must also reaffirm a critical truth that the objectives of the Regional Executive Strategic Development Plan 2020-2050 cannot be realized if our people continue to face socio-economic challenges such as high youth unemployment and food shortages. We must unite with agency and compassion to ensure that food security is not just a goal on paper, but must be a reality in every home across our region. We must empower our youth to compete with their peers worldwide, but particularly in the creative industry, science and technology, and innovation. Equally important is the compelling need to add value to our regional raw materials before exporting them outside SADC. We need to put into operation the value chain programs that we have decided in this organization many years ago. By doing so, we will strengthen our economies, create jobs, retain more benefit from our natural resources, and build a better future of our people. We must also move towards industrialization to diversify our economies to benefit from the African continent free trade areas. However, Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, these aspirations cannot be realized without strengthening the infrastructures of peace, security, and good governance. Those elements are essential for sustainable and inclusive growth. We remain deeply concerned about the persistent security challenges in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The ongoing instabilities threatens to reverse the hard-won development gains across the region. We must redouble our collective efforts and demonstrate a strong political will to ensure that peace prevails, particularly for the women and children of DRC. Who deserve nothing than the safety and the dignity. Without peace, there is no progress, no safety for families, no hope for our children, and no growth for our countries. And Africa and SADC will continue to remain in absolute poverty. I wish to express our profound gratitude to the brave men and women in uniform deployed on SADC mission in the DRC, who have done a commendable job that we must be proud of. Our condolence goes to the countries as well as to families who have lost their loved ones in the DRC. You have paid the highest sacrifice on our behalf. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, we are here to recommit ourselves to the programs of SADC and Namibia. Under my leadership, will continue committed to ensure that SADC programs are implemented to the best of our ability and in the best interest of the SADC people. Thank you for your kind attention and thank you for welcoming me in this gorgeous hours and happy SADC Day all of us.
Cette journée de la solidarité joyeuse pour nous tous. Merci.
Nous adressons notre reconnaissance envers son Excellence Madame la Présidente de la République de Namibie pour ses propos. À présent, c'est avec respect que nous cédons la parole à son Excellence Monsieur Navanchandra Rangulam, Premier ministre de la République de Maurice.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, distinguished delegates. It is indeed my honor and privilege to be amongst you on the occasion of the 45th Summit of our organization. And the theme of our summit, advancing industrialization, agricultural transformation, and energy transition for resilient SADC comes at the most opportune moment. When our world is caught up in a turmoil of climate change and economic unpredictability. But first, dear colleagues, allow me to pay a heartfelt tribute to His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, outgoing chairperson of SADC, for his successful leadership and tireless efforts in advancing regional priorities, particularly food security and energy and climate resilience. I would also like to extend my warmest congratulations to His Excellency Andy Rajoelina, President of the Republic of Madagascar, at the assumed chairperson of our community. My dear brother, I have no doubt that under your leadership, SADC will further consolidate cooperation and rise to meet the challenges of our time. We are equally grateful for the warm welcome and generous hospitality to my delegation by you, Mr. President, and Madam. Excellencies, we join the government and the people of Zambia in mourning the passing away of His Excellency Edgar Lungu, former President of the Republic of Zambia, for his steadfast dedication, peace, regional solidarity, and the prosperity of Zambia will be long remembered. My dear colleagues, I stand before you today following my election for a fourth mandate, but not continuing condominiums. As Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius, I lost your election. Madam, like you, last November 2024. After being in the wilderness for 10 long years, I returned with a sharper resolve and an enhanced vision, not only for national renewal, but also for consolidating our brotherhood and to work together to face the challenges ahead. Mauritius, like many other member states, more so as a small island developing state, with our own vulnerabilities, facing testing economic conditions. My country is emerging from years of fiscal mismanagement, widening trade imbalances, and eroded investor confidence. Yet we're not going to be intimidated by these overwhelming challenges. In effect, our government has taken immediate, bold and responsible actions to restore economic stability, rebuild confidence, and create new opportunities. We have launched a series of structural reforms, painful reforms, aimed at improving governance, modernizing public institutions, and laying the foundations for sustainable and inclusive growth. The road to recovery will be demanding, but we are determined to succeed with discipline, transparency, and unity of purpose. Mauritius is embracing a new era of digital governance, marked by the access to pathways for innovation and artificial intelligence. Dear colleagues, our region has much to be proud of. Peaceful, democratic transition from member states, including what we just heard, the President of Botswana, and my own country. It demonstrates our collective commitment to values, governance, rule of law, and people-driven development. But also heard from the President of Mozambique just now about how the transition was difficult. We need to strengthen our democratic values. We need to strengthen our electoral commission to make absolutely sure that elections are run free and fair. We also have to strengthen the SADC observers. Because let's remember, I like to quote a very old Irish surgeon called Mr. Murphy. Whenever he would operate, he would say, remember one thing, what won't happen will happen. It's the same. We have to be eternally vigilant. That is the price of freedom and democracy. At this point, I wish to express my gratitude of my government and the people of Mauritius for the invaluable and steadfast support and solidarity we have benefited from the entire SADC region in the recovery of our sovereignty over the whole of the Chagos Archipelago, including Jegogosia. I must thank all of you members, because without this unwavering solidarity of our community, we would not have reached this historic agreement with the United Kingdom. The procedures for the signature of the bilateral treaty, formalized agreement, are in progress. And the outcome, I must emphasize, is more than a legal resolution. It is a moral victory, not only for Mauritius, but for the region. It's a testament to the power of regional and continental unity. It is a reminder that when we speak one voice and show unity, we can overcome any obstacle in front of us. However, other parts of our region are confronted by certain difficulties. The security situation in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo remains deeply concerning. I commend SADC's efforts, the SADC mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Progress has been made, but we must continue to be engaged in a sustainable peace process, close collaboration with the African Union and other international stakeholders. Likewise, regional solidarity through the SADC mission in Mozambique has helped in restoring hope to thousands affected by the conflict there. We must honor the brave men and women from our region who paid with their lives the ultimate price in the pursuit of peace. Dear colleagues, Mauritius reaffirms its unwavering commitment to SADC's vision and objectives. We will continue contribute to key regional priorities, including accelerating industrialization and leveraging digital platforms to boost competitiveness and attract investment, promoting youth and gender empowerment, quality education, vocational training, and digital upskilling, expanding the economic cooperation, building on the momentum of the UN Ocean Conference in Nice recently, where I had the honor of representing our region's voice for sustainable and ocean governance, and also championing climate resilience with innovative policies and regional partnerships to adapt to environmental challenges. And lastly, deepening economic integration through the African continental free trade area, reducing barriers and enabling value chain development across the whole of SADC. The summit reaffirms our commitment for our shared purpose, to build a Southern African community that is stable, that is sovereign, that is strong, a sub-region where peace prevails, industries grow, youth thrives, and our environment is protected. Because we need to do that for the upcoming generations. The geo-economics of the movement demand that we live up to our commitment, cooperate at all levels and in all sectors, face challenging times, and emerge as a successful region. Together, with our community, Mauritius will walk the path with renewed determination and a firm belief in our collective strength. Together, let us move forward, hand in hand, for a peaceful, integrated, and resilient SADC. Thank you for your attention.
Asante sana kwa kusikiliza.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius, for the maiden statement. We now transition in another segment of our program. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, the Secretariat of the Southern African Development Community implements strategic initiatives to engage the public, including the youth and media professionals, on regional integration and development. Key among these is the secondary school as a competition, tertiary institutions as a competition, and the SADC Media Awards. These platforms raise awareness of SADC's vision, spark creativity, promote excellency, helping to build a strong sense of regional identity and shared purpose. With great pride, we now announce the winners of this year's competition. I will start with the SADC Secondary School as a competition for 2025. And the third position, in the third position, we have Ms. Nolutando Mulondo from South Africa. And the second position, we have Ms. Angel Haufane Madombe from the Republic of Botswana. In the third position, we have Mr. Crispin Mulokozi Kamushinga, United Republic of Tanzania. I will now move to the 2025 SADC Treasury winners. In the third position, we have Ms. Boitumelo Kotlete from the Kingdom of Lesotho. In the second position, we have Ms. Danai Kweza, Republic of Zimbabwe. And in the first position, we have Ms. Soaki Kolumo, Kingdom of Lesotho again. I'll now move to the winners for the SADC Media Awards competition. I'll start with the television category. We have Ms. Kumbukani Barbara Kajume, Republic of Malawi. In the second position, the first position goes to Mr. Tabo Hari Rakomo, Kingdom of Lesotho. We move on to the photo category. In the first position, we have Mr. Roy Nkosi, Republic of Malawi. And in the first position of photography, we have Mr. Kudakwa Jehunda, Republic of Zimbabwe. In the radio category, we have the second position, Mr. Innocent Kamuchedwa, Republic of Malawi. And in the first position of radio category, we have Mr. Lancelot Paul Lakaje from South Africa. We go to print. We have in the second category Mr. Domingos Paulo Dinzimao, Republic of Angola. And in the first position, we have Ms. Veronica Gwaze, Republic of Zimbabwe. We would like to congratulate the winners of the SADC 2025 awards. We're now going to move on to listen to the statement from the SADC Chairperson, His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Chairperson of SADC. Shall we please welcome him to the podium through a round of applause.
Majesty, King Mswati III, Your Excellency, Mr. Henry Angelina, President of the Republic of Madagascar, and incoming Chairperson of SADC. Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Honorable Dr. Rasata, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Madagascar, and Chairperson of SADC Council of Ministers, Honorable Professor Moreira, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Trade of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and outgoing Chairperson of the SADC Council of Ministers. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, I am honored to address the 45th Ordinary Summit of SADC Heads of State and Government, graciously convened under the esteemed leadership of my dear brother, His Excellency Angelina, President of the Republic of Madagascar, and incoming Chairperson of SADC. May I express my profound gratitude to you, Your Excellency, and to you, the government and people of the Republic of Madagascar, for the warm hospitality extended me and my delegation since my arrival here. Our presence here attests to the enduring solidarity that unites us in our quest for a peaceful, inclusive, modern and industrialized region where citizens enjoy sustainable economic development, justice and freedom. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this year we lost one of our founding fathers, a revolutionary, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Muyoma, former President of the Republic of Namibia. We also lost a revered statesman, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chabalungu, former President of the Republic of Zambia. May their enduring legacies bring solace and inspiration to their families and the SADC region. May their souls continue to rest in peace. It is my pleasure to welcome Her Excellency Dr. Nandi Ndaitwa, who is joining our summit as the head of state and government of our sister Republic of Namibia. Welcome. I am confident that her astute leadership and experience will provide valuable insights in shaping the strategic direction of our regional organization. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, this event marks the end of Zimbabwe's chairmanship. On behalf of the people of government, I express our gratitude to you, my brothers and sisters, the African Union Commission and the United Nations and international cooperating partners for the partnership and support rendered to my government, indeed to me, during the past year. It has truly been a privilege to serve our region and work with you all. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to SADC Executive Secretary, His Excellency Mr. Magosi, and his team for their dedication to the achievement of our shared objectives in the region. The midpoint of our regional blueprint, the regional indicative strategic plan, comes at a time when the world is witnessing unprecedented geostrategic tensions and global economic policy uncertainties. We express our gratitude to the Executive Secretary for his report on the performance of our region over the past 5 years, which shows areas where we have laid a firm foundation in advancing our vision as a region. We also highlight the unprecedented threats facing our region. The most important suggest areas that require our introspection and the mid-term review, which is underway, must be leveraged for this purpose. Events of the SADC Industrialization Week are now an annual occurrence, and platforms facilitate environments for networking towards enhanced industrialization, trade, and investment. Regrettably, our exports continue to be driven by primary products, and intra-regional trade remains far less than our business with other regions. Our prosperity is inevitably tied to the success of our neighbors and that of our region as a whole and the continent. My dear Excellency, our efforts towards the food and nutrition security and development of our agro-based value chains born mixed results due to adverse climate events. We should not deterred and instead scale up investment in innovative strategies for climate change adaptation, mitigation and resilience. I applaud our incoming chairperson, His Excellency Rangelina, for the timely theme of the court, advancing industrialization, agricultural transformation, and energy transition for a resilient SADC. This rally is asked to accelerate our efforts towards an industrialized, resilient region where citizens have food and nutrition security, as well as energy self-sufficiency. I am encouraged by the progress we have made in the stewardship of our shared natural resources. The SADC Trans-Frontier Conservation Area, the National Conference Summit, was held in Harare this May. Gathering provided us with an opportunity to reaffirm our combined commitment to the sustainable utilization of God-given resources for the benefit of our local communities. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the integration we envisage heavily depends on our ability to develop infrastructure, which facilitates the free movement of our people, capital, goods and services across our borders. Major milestones have been recorded in implementing high-impact regional infrastructure projects. However, the development of strategic corridors, one-stop border posts, and digital infrastructure must remain top priority in our region. The full potential of our regional bloc has regrettably been largely inhibited by budgetary constraints. It is important imperative that our SADC region agent comes up with inventive and sustainable sources of funding. In this regard, let us not shy away from stepping into partnerships with the private sector, our diaspora, and other non-traditional sources. The SADC Regional Development Fund is a low-hanging fruit, which, when operationalized, will provide alternative financing for critical infrastructure projects. I'm pleased to report that Zimbabwe has ratified the protocol. However, the number of applications remains far below the threshold required. The need to expedite internal processes on this matter within our respective jurisdictions is essential to drive progress. Our region remains high alert with regard to public health emergencies. Successes and gains in the fight against malaria, tuberculosis, HIV/AIDS should be safeguarded. Financing gap created by the change in policy by some of our partners must be closed. We also need to enhance the representation of women, the youth, and persons with disabilities in all socio-economic and political endeavors in our region. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, collectively, we realize success in developing institutions that underpin democracy and good governance. Together with His Excellency, Advocate Boko, President of the Republic of Botswana, we commissioned the construction of a regional logistics depot in Botswana. The facility plays an important role in enhancing our preparedness and response to conflict and humanitarian emergencies. We remain grateful to the government people of the Republic of Botswana for supporting this project. Member states are urged to equally provide requisite funding to ensure the timely completion of this critical infrastructure. The peace and stability prevailing in our region is worth applauding as reflective of our joint obligation to silencing guns. I commend our outgoing chairperson of the organ, Excellency Dr. Samir Hassan, and organ Troika member states for their gallant work over the past year for the realization of durable peace and security in our region. We have remained steadfast in our commitment to ensuring peace in the eastern parts of the DRC. We appointed 5 former heads of state to facilitate inclusive dialogue, build trust, and peace-building initiatives. We welcome the outcome of the joint SADC Summit held earlier this week, and the African-led peace process, which reinforce our philosophy of African solutions to African problems. The peace agreements brokered by the USA and Qatar are welcome and complement our African-led processes towards peace, stability, and development in Eastern DRC. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. As the SADC region, we firmly believe in the cardinal principles of the United Nations Charter with regards to sovereignty, equality, and territorial integrity of nations being sacrosanct. Unilateralism and equation, among other inexcusable violations of international law, cannot be allowed to become the norm within the Committee of Nations. The future well-being, development, and the higher quality of life of all our peoples, particularly us in Africa and the global south, depend on just, inclusive, and the rules-based multilateral system. For the good of both present and the future generations, us, the current crop of leaders, have a duty to defend and continuously improve the international order bequeathed to us by our predecessors. And that spirit Allow me to express to you, our brothers and sisters of SADC and Africa. For recently standing with Zimbabwe in our cause for the unconditional removal of evil sanctions imposed on us, Zimbabwe, by some Western countries. These are indeed a hindrance to the prosperity of the entire SADC region. Zimbabwe remains open and ready to engage and re-engage with all progressive members of the international community. Finally, my dear brothers and sisters, Your Majesty and Your Excellency, as I hand over the mantle to my dear brother, His Excellency Rajulina, my younger brother, I would like to wish him, my dear young brother, every success in the discharge of your responsibilities. I also wish you, Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, success in the execution of your important mandate. I'm confident in your leadership towards advancing our regional integration agenda. I'm confident that the region will lend you, Excellency, President Rajulina, the same level of cooperation support as we enjoyed. We all have the solemn duty to build a stronger and more prosperous SADC. The SADC we want shall only be built by ourselves and no one else. I thank you all for your kind attention. I wish us all fruitful deliberations. Long live SADC. Long live our unity. Long live solidarity. I thank you. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado, Asante San.
Thank you, Your Excellency, President Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa. Your Excellency, we will kindly request you to remain on the podium because we will now be handing over the chairship from the Republic of Zimbabwe to the Republic of Madagascar.
À présent, nous demandons respectueusement son Excellence, le Président de la République de Madagascar, de bien vouloir rejoindre son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République de Zimbabwe, pour la cérémonie de passation de la présidence de la SADC.
Handover ceremony for the chairmanship of SADC.
We're now going to witness the handover ceremony whereby His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa will present the chairperson's badge to the new SADC chairperson, His Excellency President Rajulina.
Le nouveau président est solennellement décoré de l'insigne de la présidence et recevra le maillot ainsi que la plaque nominative du président, symbole de l'assomption officielle de ses fonctions à la tête de la SADC.
I'm sure the chairperson was confirming the pin is actually inscribed with the name of the chairperson, and the next two of operational tools to be handed to the chair will be the gavel. His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa is just pinning the new chairperson of SADC, President Rajulina, the chairperson's pin, and he will now be handed the gavel and the SADC flag to symbolize that we've now transferred the chair from the Republic of Zimbabwe to the Republic of Madagascar. Now Republic of Madagascar. As the chairperson, we will always sit behind the SADC flag when he's representing SADC at meetings.
À son Excellence Monsieur Antananarivo, président de la République de Madagascar, à l'occasion de son accession à la fonction de président de la SADC.
Thank you, Your Excellency. You may now take your seat for a cultural intervention.
Please, you may have your seats.
À présent, Sa Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, nous vous convions à un moment d'émotion à travers un hommage visuel rendu aux nations ici représentées pour marquer notre fraternité.
Botswana, Congo, République démocratique du Congo, Eswatini, Lesotho, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibie, Seychelles, Afrique du Sud, République unie de Tanzanie, Zambie, Zimbabwe.
Nous remercions nos jeunes talentueux pour cette belle performance. Sa Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est avec une immense considération que nous invitons Son Excellence Monsieur Andry Rajoelina, président de la République de Madagascar et président en exercice de la SADC, à prononcer son discours d'acceptation, marquant officiellement sa prise de fonction à la présidence de la SADC.
Vous avez pu apercevoir et constater que les Malagas, notre jeunesse, nous avons le talent, le savoir-faire, l'hospitalité. Et c'est pour cette raison que je disais tout à l'heure que nous vous accueillons les bras ouverts, mais aussi avec le cœur, avec les nations États membres de la SADC. Sa Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, les chefs d'État et de gouvernement, honorables invités, Rivoka Malagasy, Mesdames et Messieurs. En ce moment solennel, c'est avec fierté, sens de responsabilité, du devoir et de gratitude que j'accepte la haute mission pour présider la SADC. Pour présider, mais également animer, avec la volonté de poursuivre et de renforcer notre œuvre commune pour une Afrique australe plus forte, intégrée et prospère. Ce sommet est un moment historique pour Madagascar, car depuis notre adhésion en 2005, c'est-à-dire il y a 20 ans de cela, 25 ans de cela, c'est la première fois que nous accueillons un sommet de la SADC à Madagascar. Et j'espère que nous avons été à la hauteur de vos attentes, mes chers amis, chefs d'État et de gouvernement. Je tiens à exprimer ma reconnaissance et ma gratitude à Sa Majesté, à l'ensemble des chefs d'État et de gouvernement de l'Afrique australe, pour la confiance que vous m'avez accordée en m'ayant élu et en me confiant aujourd'hui la présidence de notre organisation pour l'année 2025 et 2026. C'est également avec honneur que je succède Son Excellence Monsieur Emerson Mnangagwa, président de la République de Zimbabwe, dont le leadership à notre organisation, nous avons pu franchir des étapes importantes sous sa direction. Je salue ici son engagement sans faille dans la gestion des crises, sa fermeté dans la défense de nos intérêts communs et son attachement aux valeurs de la solidarité régionale. Monsieur le Président, vous avez tenu le flambeau avec rigueur et je m'engage à le porter avec ferveur et détermination. Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, notre continent, le continent africain est uni par le ciel et le soleil qui couvre nos pays, par la terre qui nous nourrit et par l'océan qui nous relie. Et c'est ce qui a inspiré notre thème d'aujourd'hui. Promouvoir l'industrialisation, la transformation du système agricole et la transition énergétique pour une SADC résiliente. Tel sera le thème durant mon mandat à la présidence de la SADC. Il est clair, ambitieux et porteur d'avenir. Il traduit notre ambition commune de renforcer la résilience de nos économies, valoriser nos ressources et assurer le bien-être de nos populations. Ce thème n'est pas un simple slogan, c'est un pacte, un engagement. C'est la feuille de route d'une région qui veut écrire son destin avec ses propres mains et pour ses peuples. Promouvoir l'industrialisation, c'est produire et transformer localement tout ce dont nos populations ont besoin. C'est également réduire les importations, innover, bâtir des usines et des chaînes de valeur régionales capables de créer des emplois décents et durables. Avec détermination, ambition et résilience, nous pouvons avancer vers l'industrialisation de nos pays avec des programmes nationaux efficaces et pointus. Et pour relancer notre croissance, nous devons aller plus loin, car aujourd'hui, le commerce entre nos pays ne représente que 18% seulement de notre commerce local. C'est trop peu. Il est temps d'industrialiser davantage, de mieux connecter nos économies et de renforcer notre autonomie collective. À Madagascar, depuis les 5 dernières années, nous avons emboîté le pas en installant des infrastructures et des parcs semi-industriels et industriels sur tout le territoire national afin de stimuler la croissance. Je crois fermement que le développement passe par l'investissement en misant sur le potentiel de chaque pays, son capital humain et la volonté politique de ses dirigeants. Par ailleurs, la transformation agricole est la clé pour combattre la pauvreté, car notre souveraineté alimentaire est le socle de notre indépendance économique. Alors plantons aujourd'hui les graines de la prospérité, de la dignité et de l'autonomie pour que demain, nos peuples se nourrissent eux-mêmes. À Madagascar, dans le domaine de l'agriculture, nous avons soutenu la transformation et la valorisation des produits locaux. Nous avons initié le processus de mécanisation de notre agriculture et nous avons accompagné nos paysans en les dotant de semences et d'intrants améliorés. Notre objectif est de doubler, voire même tripler le rendement agricole, passant de 3 à 9 tonnes à l'hectare pour atteindre l'autosuffisance alimentaire. Madagascar dispose d'un immense potentiel agricole. Sur 36 millions d'hectares de terres arables, seulement 2 millions sont cultivés aujourd'hui. Mais en tant que troisième pays producteur de riz en Afrique, après le Nigeria et l'Égypte, nous visons à devenir le grenier risicole du continent pour appuyer l'autosuffisance et la souveraineté alimentaire régionale. Je souhaite que vous partagiez une citation que j'ai écrite et que je répète souvent à mes compatriotes. Un bon père de famille, c'est celui qui sait nourrir sa famille. Et un bon président est celui qui sait nourrir sa population. Et en tant que président de la SADC et président de Madagascar, je serai et je veux être un bon président pour notre population et pour notre communauté. dans chacun de nos pays, en modernisant nos méthodes de culture et en accompagnant nos agriculteurs, nous pouvons augmenter nos rendements pour passer d'une agriculture de substitution à une agriculture de transformation et d'exportation. Enfin, il n'y a pas de développement sans une énergie fiable, accessible et abordable. Accélérer la transition énergétique, c'est préparer un avenir propre et vert, en exploitant nos immenses potentiels solaires, éoliens et hydroélectriques. Si je prends le cas de mon pays, dans le domaine de l'énergie, nous avons lancé des projets solaires et hydroélectriques pour garantir un accès à l'électricité au plus grand nombre et accélérer ainsi la transition énergétique et afin d'atteindre une production à 70% vert d'ici 2028. Tel est notre défi, tel est notre projet. Aujourd'hui encore, de nombreux pays comme dans l'Afrique australe, la production énergétique repose principalement sur des centrales thermiques. Cette dépendance aux énergies fossiles a un coût économique énorme. Alors investir dans l'énergie renouvelable est un devoir pour un avenir durable et inclusif. Les énergies renouvelables représentent un investissement sûr et rentable. Cela permet de créer des emplois et d'offrir aux futures générations un cadre de vie. L'Afrique a l'opportunité de devenir la vitrine de la transition énergétique et de s'affirmer comme un leader dans la lutte contre le changement climatique. Nous affronterons ensemble les conséquences et les aléas des dérèglements climatiques, car les cyclones qui sont de plus en plus fréquents et de plus en plus dévastateurs touchent presque chaque année Madagascar, Maurice, le Malawi, le Mozambique, le Zimbabwe et bien d'autres pays sur le continent. Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, nous savons que les défis sont grands et que la route est semée d'obstacles. Mais avec une vision claire et la volonté politique, rien, absolument rien, n'est impossible. Nous savons d'où nous venons. Ensemble, nous avons vaincu l'apartheid. Nos ancêtres ont payé le prix fort pour notre liberté. Ils ont donné leur vie, leur sang pour notre indépendance. Et pendant les périodes difficiles, Madagascar a toujours été aux côtés de ses pays frères de l'Afrique australe dans leur quête de liberté et de dignité. Fidèle à son engagement panafricaniste, mon pays a souvent et a toujours soutenu le Frémilo au Mozambique, le MPLA en Angola, l'ANC en Afrique du Sud, le SWAPO en Namibie. À une époque où les mouvements portaient l'espérance d'une libéralisation face au colonialisme et à l'apartheid, Madagascar a accueilli plusieurs leaders sur notre sol. Madagascar a accueilli également et a transmis de notre terre la radio Freedom de l'Afrique du Sud pour lutter et pour avoir l'indépendance de son pays, l'Afrique du Sud. D'ailleurs, nous avons encore et aussi accueilli des exilés sud-africains, notamment des intellectuels, des étudiants et des militants politiques, mais notre contribution la plus marquante, c'est l'hébergement de la radio Freedom que je disais tout à l'heure, de la radio de l'ANC. Cet appui constant, qu'il soit diplomatique, politique ou moral, a contribué à renforcer la solidarité entre nos peuples et poser les bases de la coopération qui nous unit aujourd'hui encore au sein de la SADC. Madagascar s'engage à préserver l'héritage de cette histoire commune. Notre fraternité demeure indéfectible et continue d'inspirer notre engagement collectif pour la paix, la prospérité et l'intégration régionale. Aujourd'hui, c'est nous, dirigeants et leaders de la SADC. C'est à nous de poursuivre cette lutte pour la paix, la prospérité et la dignité de notre continent dans la solidarité. C'est pourquoi j'appelle à l'unité et à l'action. L'heure n'est plus à la réflexion, mais aux stratégies concertées. L'heure n'est plus à la dépendance, mais à l'affirmation souveraine. L'heure n'est plus à la lenteur, mais à l'accélération, à l'audace et à l'efficacité. Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, sous ma présidence, je m'engage à renforcer la cohésion politique et économique pour que la SADC parle d'une seule voix, car notre force réside dans notre union. Négocier collectivement avec les grandes puissances et défendre nos intérêts dans les échanges commerciaux, à l'instar de l'AGOA. Assurer la sécurité et la stabilité, car il n'y a pas de développement sans paix et stabilité. Nous privilégierons toujours le dialogue pour résoudre les conflits. Nous allons également accélérer les projets industriels et énergétiques d'envergure régionale et faire de la transformation agricole une priorité pour que le Sud puisse se nourrir par lui-même. C'est ainsi que notre région se projettera avec confiance vers l'avenir. Mesdames et Messieurs, Excellences, le monde nous regarde, l'Afrique nous observe. Nos peuples attendent des résultats. Alors travaillons ensemble avec détermination pour bâtir une organisation qui inspire le continent et protège l'avenir de nos enfants. Et si je devais formuler un vœu, ce serait celui-ci. Une SADC unie et indivisible. Une SADC pacifique où règne la paix et la stabilité. Une SADC dont le développement est orienté sur son peuple en s'appuyant sur le potentiel des femmes et des jeunes. Et une SADC dont les valeurs patriotiques et panafricaines sont profondément ancrées. Chers leaders, frères et sœurs, l'histoire nous a appris que lorsque nous choisissons l'unité, nous faisons reculer l'instabilité. Lorsque nous cultivons la solidarité, nous faisons germer la prospérité. Alors aujourd'hui, je vous appelle à marcher ensemble, en bataille rangée, à parler d'une seule voix pour une SADC forte et prospère. Que ce sommet soit le point de départ d'une nouvelle étape où l'industrialisation devient réalité, où notre énergie éclaire chaque foyer, où notre union fait notre puissance. Vive la SADC, vive l'Afrique unie et prospère. Je vous remercie de votre attention.
adressons nos sincères remerciements à son Excellence Monsieur le Président de la République de Madagascar et Président en exercice de la SADC pour son allocution. Sa Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, avant de clôturer cette cérémonie, nous avons le plaisir de vous présenter cette performance artistique éclatante des couleurs et de l'esprit de Madagascar.
Esta performance colorida.
Chama para